The Against All Odds podcast, sponsored by Oak Forest Recovery. This is the Against All Odds podcast. You've got myself, RJ, Rachel, Hunter, and special guest, Skinny Vinny.
That's right.
From the Wild Ride podcast.
That's right.
AKA
Thank you for having me.
Prison Pocket.
That's right.
Prison Purse.
Yeah, the prison purse. Yeah, it's funny. The first time you met, you got to see a big...
We were very intimate before we even actually shook hands or like met.
Yeah.
Yeah. I saw into your asshole.
Deep into my asshole. Yeah.
We had a very... It was great.
And it's a moment that I'm proud of.
Yeah. Tell them what you did at DopeyCon, please.
Okay, so Dave from Dopey reached out.
Yeah.
And he was like, hey, we want you to do a few minutes. And at first I was just going to tell some tour stories, like some random like hookup stories that like I have some really funny stories of hooking up with chicks on tour.
We'll table those because
For
we're
sure.
going to hear
Don't
those.
forget because they're really funny. And then I was like, it's not that funny, but I have so much footage that can't live anywhere on YouTube, Instagram, because it's X-rated or
it's just too much.
There's puke, pee, poop, nudity. Yeah. And so I was like, you know what? Let me put this video, this like slideshow presentation together. I copied from Steve. Like that's Steve's whole shtick. He has it's like a multimedia stand-up performance. Mm-hmm. And so I was like, let me just do this. It'll be my first time performing it. So I put together my prison pocket story, and my prison pocket is basically my butthole, because when I got locked up years ago, I was strung out on heroin and a bunch of other shit, and I was like, I need to get loaded while I'm in jail, obviously. Right. And so I just put a bunch of shit up there at my butt and got through the guards, and I a bunch of heroin, a needle, Xanax,
everything.
Yeah, everything.
Oh
yeah,
my God.
He's got a large prison pocket.
He really found out.
Yeah. And
he also went through butthole training.
I had to train my butthole
to do it
because I've never done anything like this before. I've never done butthole play at this point. I need to know if I could actually do this, so I had to prepare my butthole.
Yeah, you gotta get a whole rig up.
Yeah, so like
and not break it.
Yeah, exactly. And, at first I was like, "There's no way I'm gonna get a rig up there," so I didn't have it in my mind. But then I'm like, I'm a real junkie. Yeah. If I could rig it, I can dig it. You know what I mean? Like I need my needle. You know what I mean? So
for sure, I'd be thinking the exact same way.
It's such a waste of money spending all this money on heroin.
Sure.
So
totally different high.
Yeah, so I had to prepare my butthole for this day, and so it was just a few days prior. I'm like making these packages, starting off small, getting a little bigger, and eventually I got to a size where I thought, okay, this is it, and I get it up there. And I'm like walking around in my mom's basement, and I'm just like trying to figure out a way that like, do I look weird walking like this? So I had to practice walking, and then I finally got to a point where I think I look okay. I'm walking normal. And
were you like catwalking in a mirror?
Yeah,
pretty much. He's like checking your gait,
taking videos and watching it back.
Yeah. And
little turn.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so the day comes, because I knew I was getting locked up. I had to turn myself in, so I just stuck it right up there, and I was obviously nervous, but I was pretty confident. Like I was just like, I'm good, Like
you practiced that.
You
practiced at this point.
Yeah. And I get through the guards, and it was up my butt for like 24 hours before having the opportunity.
Processed,
yeah, exactly. And got it out, and I was the happiest inmate in there for a few weeks.
How long did it last?
Around 2 weeks.
Okay.
Around 2 weeks.
How
It was
long
the
did you
only
stay
around 6 months.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, and so it was the only time in my life where I was able to save heroin.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You had to. Yeah.
Did anybody else know that you had it?
Fuck no.
No,
Fuck
you're not
no.
sharing that
no
shit at all.
way, dude. No way.
Did you keep it in your purse the whole
no,
time?
I did not keep it in my purse the whole time, but it was on me the whole time. Nobody could know that shit. Because, And so I was a very happy inmate for a little bit.
Where was this at?
Hartford Correctional.
Oh, okay.
In Connecticut. And so I was telling this story, like fast forward all these years later, I'm hanging out with Knoxville and Steve, and somehow the conversation of this pops up, and Knoxville's just so impressed. And like to this day, he still calls me Prison Pocket Vinny. Yeah. And then fast forward a little bit more, Steve and I would go on tour in Australia, and Steve, at this point in my career, it was going okay, but Steve was like trying to like jumpstart it, you know. He's like trying to really get it going, and I was already on the podcast at this point, and he's like, dude, we need to film a video, dude, you know, like and he couldn't get the story out of his head. And he's like, let's just recreate the prison pocket. Yeah. And I'm thinking, I'm like, dude, like I'm a sober guy. I can't like go sticking drugs and needles up my butt anymore, you know? And he goes, nah, dude, we'll just go get some stuff from the store. Yeah. And I'm like, what? He's like, what? So we go to fucking like the local, like a 7-Eleven in Australia kind of thing, you know? And we just like.
No plan walking in. You just walk into a 7-Eleven.
Whatever you say. Exactly. Yeah.
Let's grab a hot dog, fucking corn dog.
Yeah, exactly. So we ended up spending like $200 on random shit. Like,
what did you get?
It was like pens, papers, batteries, like, and then we landed on like what we did to recreate it was we had 5 Skittles to represent the Xanax, a pen to represent the needle, pieces of paper to represent rolling papers, 3 AAA batteries. For no reason. And
for the dope.
For the and then 2 espresso pods. You know, like those
an espresso pod.
An espresso pod.
Yeah, like a cake cup.
I feel like this is a lot more than what.
The fucking lip on that pod.
That's a lot. Dude.
Yeah. And I'm putting this package together, and I'm like, all the cameras are rolling, and I'm like in my head, I'm like, damn, this thing's way fucking bigger than the one I went into jail with. Like, this is gnarly. I'm starting to get a little nervous. I'm in the middle of Australia, no health insurance. Like, the fuck is going on here? Like, I have Steve just pointing a camera at me, laughing. You know, I'm just like, oh fuck, dude. And I got it up pretty fucking easy. You know, this thing's like this big, like this fucking wide.
Yeah, it's already been trained.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
You've done some other shit since going to jail.
And so I get it up there, and it's up there, but it's not past the inner butthole, and like. So we're all
a man who knows his butthole.
I know my buttholes. Yeah.
And
so everybody's stoked. Steve's like, oh, let's go celebrate. Let's go out to dinner. You know, so first we go out to dinner, and I'm like walking on. It's not painful, but I'm walking uncomfortably. And, And I was like, I left the table. I was like, boys, I gotta go to the bathroom. I gotta take a look at this thing. And so I go to the bathroom. I tried poking at it to see if I could like fix it. You know. And still nothing. And I get back to the dinner table. And I go to sit down, and all of a sudden I feel a where it was
it's
gone. I couldn't feel it at all. 50% of me was like, oh, I'm chilling now, but the other 50% of me is like,
I'm gonna die.
Like, if I can't poop this out, they're gonna have to cut me open, kind of thing, you know. And and it was like, and then Steve's even more stoked now, and he's like. And he's like, let's go bowling. So we go bowling, and like I end up beating everybody with this giant package up my butt, which was amazing. And then he comes up with the idea of like, oh, let's keep it in your butt for 24 hours. We'll fly around in private jets, and like, and then we'll take you to the emergency room so you can get a epic X-ray so you can take it home to show your mom.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, that sounds sick. Let's do it. You know? And so
wasn't he the one back in the day that did the toy car?
That was Ryan Dunn.
It was Ryan Dunn.
And that's another thing that I'm like really stoked on, because Ryan Dunn's such a legend.
Such a legend.
And like to have something sort of along those lines and have it co-signed by Steve was like it was really special. You know what I mean? And and so like we get to the emergency room the next day, and I walk up to the receptionist. I'm like, yeah, I'm on tour with Steve-O. We have a lot of stuff up my butt, and the doctor's giggling. You know, it's like they've seen stuff up people's butts before. And I start naming everything off, and when I get to the batteries, that's when like the smile went away, and he was
battery
like,
acid.
Yeah, he's like, wait, you have batteries up your ass right now? I'm like, yeah, dude. And he's like, bro, like. Any moment those things could explode, like your body temperature is hot, like, and not one time did we think of this. You know what I mean? We're just like, idiot, your batteries up your ass, you know? And like, so now I'm like starting to really trip out.
Yeah.
And so we go get the X-ray, and at first they weren't going to let me take the X-ray home.
Because of the batteries?
No, just because it's like...
privacy.
It's like a privacy thing. And so we ended up having to slip them a few $100 for the X-ray. The X-ray cost $1,500. And they ended up giving us the X-ray. We leave the hospital, and all the doctors come out. They're like, wait, can we take a picture? And I'm just like, yeah, fuck it, you know?
What the fuck? I might blow up.
Yeah, exactly. yeah. So we leave the hospital, we go to the venue, we had a show that night, and
It's still there.
it's still there. And Steve's like, all right, dude, like, you ready to poop it out? And I'm like, I'll try. So I'm trying to poop. And in my head, I'm like, I would feel this thing if it came out. You know what I mean? So I'm pooping, and I don't feel anything. I just feel poop. And I'm like starting to sweat. I'm like, oh fuck, dude, am I gonna have to get cut open to get this thing out? And like, Steve's just like, nah, dude, just look in the toilet. I'm like, bro, I would have felt it if it came out. He goes, just look in the toilet. I look in and it's in there.
Oh my God.
I'm just like, how did I not feel this giant thing come out of my butthole? You know what I mean? That's saying something.
All the training wheels you did years earlier, man. It's really just, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So that's the show. That's the show that I did at Dopey, and
That was my first encounter.
It was in a church, which was really weird.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So like at first when I got up to the stage, I like looked at the giant statue of Jesus, and I was just like, Lord, please forgive me for this video I'm about to show, because it's like very X-rated. And I think it went really well.
It did.
I think it was.
You did so good.
And
that was your first time.
That was my first time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've got John out here, and that was a very different podcast than this one.
We're switching gears.
Yeah, switching gears here. Yeah. Yeah, so it was fun. I had a lot of fun. The whole Dopey thing was a lot of fun.
I love Dave.
Yeah, he's the best.
Dopey's fucking fire. We love that.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get into. Do you want to talk about your childhood and what growing up was like for you?
Run it.
Yeah, let's fucking get into it. Yeah.
Okay. Childhood was at first, it was normal to me. But my mom is an ex-heroin addict. My father passed away when I was like 2. He got hit by a drunk driver while I was on his Harley, and he didn't die instantly. He died a couple months later, which is crazy because I just found out, because I'm writing a book, and so I'm trying to get all these stories from different people and different points of views of people that are in my life. And my sister, this is my first time hearing this in my life. My sister goes, "No, your father died from an overdose." And my whole life, 36 years on this planet, I thought it was an infection that grew from his leg and started in his leg and grew to his heart and killed him.
Oh, wow.
My mom never told me this. No, nothing. I literally just found this out 2 days before Dopey.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I'm like, oh shit, I'm about to go home to see mom in Connecticut. Like, and now I have this information. How am I going to feel when I see her, whatever. And, my mom was a pretty serious heroin addict, but she was a functioning heroin addict. She still was able to keep a job. She worked at Yale University, did her best.
Wow.
We didn't have money.
Yeah.
And, but it was normal. It was normal. And that's what life was for me. I was still, like early teenager, got heavy into like the Jackass and CKY and stuff like that. And I remember when Jackass, the first episode came out, it was October of 2001. I pointed at the TV and I was like, Mom, that's what I want to do when I'm older. And she just laughs. She supports me, and crazy all these years later, I'm doing this, but
literally
with the guys that I pointed at,
right?
Which is crazy.
How old were you at the time?
13. Yeah, 13, 14, something like that.
How old are you now?
I just turned 37.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, and then there was like from like 13 to 18, I always had a video camera in my hands. I was like the Jeff Tremaine of the group, getting all my friends to do the dumb shit. And I was really really big into skateboarding. But I was always bigger, and all my friends were progressing faster than me. So I was like, I want to be in the world of skateboarding. So let me be the filmer, And so that's how I taught myself how to work a video camera, the whole cinematography and stuff like that, and editing here and there.
And this is in Connecticut.
This is in Connecticut. Yeah. And then I've always been an attention whore, like through and through. Always needed to be the center of attention. So I always had that dream of like the Hollywood dream and moving out here. But coming from Connecticut.
Where are you from in Connecticut?
Originally from New Haven.
Okay.
And then I moved up to Old Saybrook, which is like a very rich, very like, I was out of place.
Yeah.
That's where I went to high school.
Okay.
The Hollywood dream just is so far-fetched, and it's like, especially when you start using drugs. And when I started using drugs, the dream kind of faded away really quick.
When did drugs come into your life?
Like 16, 17, just smoking weed, the normal,
standard,
normal teenage shit, and
wealthy suburb community.
Exactly.
16, 17, getting stoned with the boys,
exactly.
blunts.
Yeah. And me always needing to be the center of attention. That's how I wanted to start selling drugs, because all my friends needed me. I was the one that was needed, and so I kind of took that and ran with it. Yeah. And when I turned 18, I got this fat check from my father passing. Like it was like this will kind of thing. And I got like $250,000.
Oh, wow.
So I just like,
Holy
just
shit.
took that and I was like, okay, I'm going to buy all this drugs and I'm going to be the guy,
Yeah.
you know, like that was my goal. I'm going to be the guy. And it worked out. It was working for a while. And then it works until it doesn't. And, you know, I used to think I'm such a good drug dealer, but obviously I'm my best customer. And, you know, and then it was growing up, seeing my mom and my uncle and other family members being alcoholics and drug addicts. I was always like, I don't want to touch the opiates. I don't want. And my mom always told me, she's like, go ahead, smoke weed, drink, just don't put anything up your nose. Don't put anything in your arms.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. You're right. I don't want to be like you,
Yeah.
you know? The second I get a taste of a Percocet, it was like,
Over with.
it was over. It was over. It was like this feeling of like, it was like a feeling that I've been looking for my whole life.
Yeah,
When
right.
Connecticut got hit hard with opioid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very, very hard.
Very hard.
And it was
What
like,
is this, like 2006?
maybe for me, it was like 2009-ish.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was the time.
Yeah.
That was the days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Me too. It was 2009.
yeah.
Yeah.
And it was a very quick progression of, you know, it was like, okay, I'm just going to do one perk every Thursday when the new episode of Fantasy Factory comes on.
Were you all so as soon as you started doing them, you were trying to like kind of ration them out?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And it was just like a quick, super fucking quick, you know, one day I'm doing one every Thursday. Next day I'm doing fucking 2 Thursdays. Next time I'm doing Thursday, Friday. Next thing you know, it's every day. Next thing you know, I'm doing 5 a day. Next thing you know, Oxy's come in the picture. And next thing you know, everything that like all that money I had is gone. All the toys that I bought with the money, I'm starting to sell one by one. You know, then I'm like, then a crack comes into the picture. I was smoking crack heavy for a few years. And then, you know, it was like, next thing you know, I'm homeless, living in hotels, living in park benches, living wherever I can to just get some shelter. Like the last 3 years of my addiction, I was homeless living in a porta potty in Connecticut.
Wow.
It was like a handicap sized porta potty, just big enough for me to lay down. So that was like homelessness is a huge part of my story. But you know, and then like I'm at this point, I'm like 25. I'm in Vermont. Vermont got hit pretty bad too. And the thing about Vermont is the closer you get to the Canadian border, the more expensive drugs get. And so you're paying what you would pay $30 for a bundle in New York City, you're paying $200 in Burlington. So then I'm like, I can't afford this. So then I start to get comfortable and close with mules that are going from Harlem up to Burlington. And I start to get in with that. And then I become a mule. And that's how I was able to afford my shit up in Burlington. And then it was just constant death all around me. You know, like my best friend overdosed. Like all these people are overdosing around me. I've overdosed a bunch of times. And it was just some of the darkest moments of my life. And at this point, I kind of accepted it. I was like, okay, this is my life.
Yeah.
I'm going to live the rest of my life a lonely heroin addict, and I'm going to die a lonely heroin addict. I'm not the type of person who's going to kill myself, but I'll take it to the extreme. I love touching the line of death when it comes to getting loaded. Like, I love it,
Right.
you know? And, and somehow made my way out here because it's easier to be homeless. Like I didn't come out here looking for what I have now.
It's warmer.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
it's nice.
literally was like, oh, I'll sleep on a fucking beach under a lifeguard thing
Yeah.
for the rest of my life. Sounds amazing.
Yeah.
Super comfortable. And I did that. I started.
How did you get out here?
So while I was living in that porta potty, an old friend of mine who we weren't friends anymore because he ended up ratting on me and had my house raided. He ended up coming out here, getting sober 6 years prior, and somehow found out I was living in a fucking porta potty, somehow got my number and was like, hey dude, I heard you're struggling. I'll fly you out here, but you got to go to rehab. In my head, I was like, a free flight, LA? Yeah, sure. I'll go to your rehab, you know, like, so I go to his rehab for a day, I leave and was living on Newport Beach for a little bit, made my way north to Skid Row and was on Skid Row for a few months. And,
what was that like?
Man, dude, it was so gnarly.
Yeah, walk us through
so
that.
fucking gnarly. It's, you know, me coming from a small town in Connecticut and all of a sudden you're on like 6th and San Julian with a backpack and a skateboard, this white kid.
Yeah.
And you're just saying, dude, I've seen some shit where it's like, I've seen like chicks getting raped, dudes getting stabbed, like some of the gnarly shit.
Yeah, it's lawless.
Dude, it's
its own
crazy.
community.
It really is.
Yeah.
And the craziest part about it was I was so comfortable.
Right.
Yeah.
I was so comfortable. And it was like, in my head, I'm like, I'm not used to this. Like Connecticut is not this, but I'm still here and I'm comfortable.
What kind of hustles did you have to get drugs on Skid Row?
Just manipulating my mother
That's it.
the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Mom,
Did
I'm
she
doing
know
great.
at this point what
She
you were...
had to have. My mom's not stupid.
Yeah.
She's a fucking junkie too.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I think because my mom always felt like she owed me so much because of my father passing, my sister running away, you know, like trying to give me a life that she couldn't provide for me, that she was always more of a best friend than an actual mother.
Yeah.
Like one of my worst enablers.
Did you guys ever get high together?
Oh, for sure. Not dope though. Like I've eaten LSD with my mom, smoked weed with her, you know, but never the hard shit. And it was just constantly like, oh, Mom, I'm doing great, you know, but like I need to pay my homie rent to, you know, some shit like that. And I would just take the money and sleep on a bench, you know, like, and it was just that every week. And on the East Coast, it was more of like robbing and stealing. Like I had this little thing where I would go and to like a grocery store. I would take a shopping cart, load it up with Monster energy drinks and Red Bulls, just walk out and take them to the local bodega and sell them for $1. And that was my hustle for the longest time. And then eventually that caught up to me and got caught with that. And you know, I had my picture on every fucking wall in the shopping centers in Connecticut, every single one. Cause I would go up the coast and hit every single store multiple times. Yeah, that
like,
one.
watch
that
out
one
for
fucked
Monster Man.
yeah. I'm gonna have so many nicknames at the end of this: Monster Man, Prison Pocket Man. Yeah.
On Skid Row, is there like, it's kind of like a law within itself, and if you're like stealing from people, is there like some sort of like street justice?
On Skid Row.
Yeah.
See that when I was on Skid Row, I was too afraid to like even talk. Yeah, you know what I mean? I just wanted to get high and that's it. Leave me alone. And that's kind of what I did. I stuck to myself, and the one of the last couple days I was out there, I was like dope sick all day trying to finally score pretty late, and I was so dope sick. And I remember just sitting on, I was like, fuck it. Like every place is closed at this point for me to like use the bathroom and go get high. So I was like, fuck it. I'm just going to sit on the curb, get loaded here and be better. I start getting everything ready, have the tie around my arm, the rig ready to go. All of a sudden I hear whoop, whoop. A fucking cop rolls up, spotlight on me. And I'm like, and I just throw the rig behind me, but I still have a tie around my arm and a spoon in my hand. Like, and he's just like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? And I was honest with him. I was like, dude, I'm addicted to drugs. I don't know what I'm doing. And he's like, do you know where you are right now? I was like, yeah, I have an idea. He's like, bro, like somebody just died here 8 hours ago. Like, what are you doing? And he takes my ID. He's like, you're from Connecticut? Go back home. I'm like, I can't. And he's like, take your shit and get the fuck out of here. Didn't take my drugs. He just let me take everything and he just let me walk away. And that was like kind of a wake up call. I was like, okay, maybe I'll sleep on the beach. You know, like it was just easy to score and a lot easier. Did
you pick up the rig?
Of course. Dude, I was that addict that would like, this is my last time, fucking shoot up, throw the rig out the window. 18 minutes later, I'm going to find I'm going to find the rig that I threw out. You know, I was so gnarly when it came to this shit. Like using used rigs. Thank God I was never got hep C. Never, you know, I got fucking lucky, dude. Yeah.
Okay, so where'd you go from Skid Row?
So at this point, my mom was still paying for my health insurance.
Hell yeah, Mom.
Yeah, and so I would take advantage of that.
Yeah,
and I would go in. Every couple weeks, I would go into a sober living, sleep in a bed, eat some food for a couple days, and leave. And that was my thing. Yeah. And one of the last sober livings that I got kicked out of, I was in front waiting for my Uber. Cause I was like, oh, you're going to kick me out? Fuck you. I got money in my pocket. I'm going to go get high. I'm going to go get a hotel. And so I'm waiting for my Uber. And it was my very first spiritual experience. I didn't know this now, but now I could look back. And I'm waiting for my Uber, and I get this feeling, and I hear the most vivid whisper of my best friend who passed from an overdose, as if he was standing behind me. Right. And all he said was, enough is enough. I get the chills just thinking about it now. And it scared me. Like I looked behind me and what the fuck? And it scared me enough to the point where I was like, I'll get loaded tomorrow. And I called the program director. Yo, dog, give me one more shot. In my head, I was like, I just want a place to sleep, you know, but like, dude, I promise I'm good. Like, just give me one more shot. He puts me in another house. This house is called Designed for Recovery. And I walk in and that's where I meet Jackass. And he noticed I had like an old heartogram tattoo on me. And he's like, oh, and I already know who he was. He already had an online presence and we're into the same shit. And we just clicked and he was just like, you know how to film? I was like, yeah, I fucking know how to film. And so he invited me to go film the first video I did, and it exploded. And like,
what was the first video?
So it was, we went to Venice Boulevard, or Venice Boardwalk.
Yeah.
And he sat down, spread eagle. We attached a boxing glove to a gas powered RC car and just drove it right into his nuts. You know, and like while we're doing this, I'm like, this feels good. You know, like I remember this. You know, like this is fun.
Yeah.
And we post it, and the video explodes, and my name's attached to it, and all these people who like Tony Hawk, all these people that I grew up idolizing are seeing this video, and I'm tripping out. I'm like, I just made the Instagram a couple days before this. My name's attached to it, and all these people that I idolize are looking at it, commenting. So I was like, holy shit, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
And he's like, all right, you're in the crew as a filmer, you know? And so I started filming for him for a while, and it was like a snowball effect of just like bigger and radder shit.
I think whenever you and I met, you were like living with him still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
had your own apartment?
We were living in Van Nuys at the time, and I think we were in the process of filming our last show.
You were talking about it.
Yeah. And which is a whole another story. But it was, and like next thing you know, 6 months go by, and I'm like, oh shit, I'm 6 months sober. Still not working a program, still not doing anything. But it's all this other stuff that I've been dreaming of doing for so long is what's keeping me sober at that point. Yeah. And next thing you know, like BAM's reaching out, inviting us to the Castle in Philly or Westchester, and like getting recognized by just being a filmer. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Cool. You know? And it was this thing of like, this question is a reoccurring question even to today. It's like, how did I get here? Yeah. You know, and it's like, I'm not looking for that answer anymore. I was for a while, like why am I here? How did I get here? How did this happen? Yeah. And then it was just, and then I get the attention part comes into play again, where like I got pranked, the video blows up. And what was the prank? So it was just me walking out of a door, and Zach had an air cannon, and he filled it with flour. Oh yeah. And he was like, not even 2 feet away from me. He got me really good. Like my nose started bleeding, and it was it was a nice traditional prank.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it's
classic.
That's a classic.
And the video explodes, and I'm getting recognized just from this video, and I was like, well, wow. This attention feels great. You know, this is better than any heroin shot, you know? Yeah. And so I was like, let me try making my own content. And then it was like, you know, just
wasn't this video right here it?
No. So that came along like maybe 2 years later. That's kind of what started everything.
Well, you click on that middle video. Yeah.
Oh, I've seen this.
Yeah.
That's fucking classic, dude. Oh my god!
What was the damage on that right there?
Only damage was my nipple rings got ripped out.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean that hurts, but I'm surprised you didn't like break something.
Me too. So when I hit the water, pretty much I couldn't breathe. But when I hit the ramp, it fucking hurt. Yeah. And then I hit the water. And then when I was under the water, I was like shaking all my limbs to make sure nothing was broken. Yeah. And then my head pops out. And I was like, oh shit.
I'm fine.
Good. Yeah. Oh and in my head, I was like, that was the clip I've been looking for so long, you know, because like going into it, I was like, they had a Phantom camera there and they were going to film like a slow-mo at like 7,000 frames per second. Yeah. And I was like, a fat dude going down a ramp on a skateboard flying through the air at 7,000 frames per second is a good clip. Yeah. But this
is 10 times better.
I couldn't have asked for anything better. Yeah. And so that made the rounds, you know, like that. Probably on all platforms over 100 million views. It made the rounds. Yeah. And
when was that?
That was October 2020.
Okay.
Yeah, and it was my first big media project. It was called Send It City. It was created by Elton Casty. He's from TFIL. He does like all the haunted homies stuff, and he was the creator of that. And what he did was he rented out like 40 acres of land in Santa Clarita, built this like adult playground, and it just, invited influencers, you know. And at this point, I was kind of a nobody, you know. Like I was like, "Oh, sick! You're reaching out to me, amazing."
Yeah, you knew you were going to do some off the wall shit.
Yeah. Because I was hungry.
Some risky people here.
Yeah, I was so hungry at that point where like I would do anything.
Yeah.
Now it's a little different. Obviously, I still love doing stunts and doing pranks and stuff like that, but I look at it a little differently. I look at the risk reward to it. You know, like if it's something super gnarly, it's got to be for a big project.
And you've been sober since then?
Yeah. My sober date is February 1st, 2018.
Dope.
Wow.
Yeah.
Mine's February 21st, 2018.
I'm 2018 too.
February 7th, 2017.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
All right, show off.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
I know better.
Yeah.
I'm wiser.
Okay, so where do you go from there? What happens now? You're still not working a program.
From there? No, I was working a program since then, but
Okay.
I think I had about a year sober before I actually started working a program because I got hired to work at the sober living that I was at, which I run all the houses now. Like, so which is really cool.
That's dope.
And so he hired me, and here I am preaching to these guys, you gotta work the steps. Why aren't you doing what you're supposed to be doing? And I'm like,
But you had been to meetings and stuff.
yeah,
So it's not like
for
you
sure.
weren't exposed
Yeah,
to it. You
no,
just weren't actually
I
working the
wasn't
steps.
working the
Right,
steps.
okay.
Is this in LA? Where
This is in
this?
LA,
Okay.
the West Side. Yeah. And
What's your sponsor think of all this?
loves it.
Loves it.
Sick. Yeah. What like most people see about me is I'm just very passionate, and I have like a lot of love and like a lot of passion for everything that I do.
Yeah.
And like he knows that it's like as long as I continue doing the next right thing, like there's
Right.
you know, so yeah, I had to start working the steps because I'm preaching to these guys every house meeting. I'm like, you better fucking do your steps or I'm going to give you words. You know, I'm like, I felt really shitty.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, okay. And it won't hurt me to do the steps. I think a big part of it was just laziness.
Yeah.
And so then I started doing the steps, and it was a game changer. It was that fucking relief that I needed, that like extra level of like self-care and mental stuff. And it was a game changer.
The guys in those houses probably think it's so sick as well.
Yes. That was a reason why his name's Derek. He owns all the houses, and he'll let me go on tour. He'll let me do whatever I want. He knows that all this is my priority.
Right.
But whenever I'm back in town, he's like, please just come. Because like the guys, it's different because like a lot of sober livings, they have live-in house managers and stuff like that. But when they see somebody, especially an alumni, have some life success, some sobriety,
It's inspiring.
It's crucial.
Legends.
Yeah, it's crucial, and they will take my direction a little bit easier.
Oh, for sure.
Than somebody.
Some schmuck.
You know, and it's like my life is so strange because like when I'm there, I stay grounded. I'm very humbled. It reminds me of like how bad things were.
Yeah.
And because like you guys know, when your life starts to blossom, and it's easy to forget how bad things were.
Incredible
and so,
forgetter.
Yeah. And so every day it's just a reminder, and then you start to gain relationships with these guys who like I have this guy in my house now. It's like I've really taken a liking to him, and he's a big self-harmer, and I'm not really experienced on that side of things, you know, but I'm just like keep reassuring him. I'm like, dude, like I'm here, dog. Like fucking call my phone. Like he's like, well, I don't want to bother you. I know you're busy. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. Yeah. You like call me. And so it's like this weird thing. It's like 50% of my life is this crazy, like all I want to do is laugh and have fun and like do stupid shit. Yeah. And this other part of me is like, I think having the opportunity to give back, especially to the company that saved my life, is like a huge deal for me.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's nice.
Yeah.
What happened in all these mugshots?
Oh yeah, let's go through them.
Bro, that photo exploded.
Bro, you literally
Let's go
looked like
through 'em.
Andy Milonakis. If you ever relapse, you're gonna end up looking like Andy Milonakis.
Yeah. So 17 years old, I got arrested for smoking weed in a hotel with a bunch of my friends and some prostitutes.
I want to put
In
that
Connecticut.
on a t-shirt.
Connecticut.
Yeah.
That 25-year-old, I got arrested. That's when that dude ratted on me.
You were very high in that.
Yes.
What was the charge for that one?
Which
You
one?
didn't have any
25?
25.
I love how
that
your
was
mouth is just
possession.
open and.
Dude, the comments
Yeah.
are so funny from all these people about my mouth being open.
Wait, at least he learned.
yeah.
And not at least he learned how to breathe out of his nose.
Yeah. Dude, it's so funny.
Holy fuck, dude.
Yo.
And so the 25-year-old that was possession of narcotics with intent to sell.
Hell yeah.
27 years old. That was.
Bro.
I got arrested. I got caught stealing those Monsters and Red Bulls.
That was Monster Man
in New
era.
Haven. That was
Okay.
Monster Man. But then I had a warrant in Old Saybrook, so I got arrested in New Haven, and then Saybrook came and picked me up, and then and I think there was like one or two more arrests.
When did the prison pocket come in?
That was 25 years old.
25.
That's why your mouth.
Yeah. I mean, 27 is pretty gnarly, dude.
Dude, he said you became gay. Congratulations.
Yeah. And I think I hit him. I think I hit him back with a rainbow.
Yeah.
Check the replies.
Oh.
Yeah.
And then we've got Rachel being very supportive.
Very supportive always, Mr. Prison Pocket.
Yeah. So it's been a very strange and wild, like no pun intended, wild ride. Like it's been fucking crazy.
Yeah. That's what
Just
it
to
is,
like.
dude. Then you went from Monster Man to Model Man.
Yeah, you know,
Model Man.
yeah. I'll take that. I'll take that
Yeah.
nickname for sure.
I feel like you're like on a Zoomies advertisement over.
Yeah, yeah. It's you know, being in the position where I'm at now, where it's just I get to do the things that I do, get to talk to people that you would never get the opportunity to talk to, and travel the world doing it. It's
So
like
fucking cool.
Yeah, it's fucking rad.
Do you still feel like what the fuck? How did
Every
I?
day.
Me too.
Every day.
Yeah.
It's so fucking weird.
That's the name of my book I'm writing. Is called How Did I Get Here?
How did I get?
How did I get here from heroin to Hollywood?
Ooh, come on.
Come on now.
Come
That's
on.
good.
Come on now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hunter
the
loves
hookup
the
stories.
taglines. Yeah.
Oh, hookup stories?
We need the hookup
Okay.
stories.
Okay. So when I first started touring with Steve-O, I was like, fuck, dude, like, this is the rock star lifestyle.
How did that happen, though? How did that even?
The relationship I have with Steve is,
How did?
yeah, so working with Zach, Zach had previously done a video with Steve where he skateboarded into a bunch of cactus. Went crazy viral.
I saw that.
Yeah, I've
I've
seen it.
probably
Yeah.
seen it too.
And so
was
that's how.
gnarly.
So
Yeah.
Steve took a liking to Zach because Zach was he was a drug addict and he did the same shit that Steve does, obviously. And Zach had a show on MTV coming out called Too Stupid to Die. So Steve, like, he knew Zach was struggling in Indiana, so Steve like flew him to LA, lived with him for a little bit, bought him a car, like really took him under his wing, and like it didn't really work out, but they were still friends. So I first met Steve through Zach, and I think Steve just really saw my my work ethic and like how much I just love doing this shit, and how much laughter is so important to me.
Yeah.
And he's a sober dude too. He's got like 16 years. Like all of us in the van, we're all sober guys, and it just makes sense.
Yeah.
And so I had that show with Zach, and Zach kind of he was messing up at the time, and we had to say no to a second season, and I was really resentful towards that because he fucked it all up. But like I understand.
Yeah.
But I was really upset and really resentful. And Steve was like, dude, you can't say yes because like that would be you enabling his behavior. And when he said that, I was like, okay, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. But it's really easy for you to say no to something like that because you already have what I'm trying to get. Like say no to money, say no to the exposure. And he's just like, bro, you're doing fine. Just keep doing what you're doing. You're gonna be okay. And I was like, all right, dude, and he slowly started to like invite me to shoots and just be his camera guy. And then it was just like a weird thing. He's like, all right, you need a job here, produce the podcast. I was like, okay. I mean, what's producing a podcast? You set up some cameras and you hit record. easy, you know, like, and then next thing you know, we had Bam on, and he's like, all right, Vinny, set up a camera for yourself. And I was just like, huh? What do you mean? What do you mean? And he's like, set up a camera and a mic for yourself and get on. And I was so fucking nervous because whenever we have Bam on an episode, it does numbers.
Because he's been in the news a
Big
lot.
fucking numbers.
And also
dude.
between them, there's been a lot of Steve-O trying to help him get sober.
Right.
And there's
Yeah.
been like some stuff that,
Exactly. And it's fucking Bam. I like
Sensational.
let me be real
Legend.
with here. I used to be a fucking fanboy.
Right.
Like I have some of the same tattoos as him. You know what I mean? Like I was a fanboy when I was growing up. So like when he asked me to do this, I was fucking nervous. And you could go back and watch, and like when I'm talking, I'm like stuttering, and like I was just really nervous.
Yeah.
And so then we're having more episodes, and every episode Steve's like, all right, set up the camera. And I'm thinking in my head, like, what the fuck is going on here?
Yeah.
Like, what am I doing? And Scott was just like, just go with it. You're fine. And then eventually we had Dan Bilzerian, I think his name is. Dan Bilzerian. We had him on. It's like some like playboy from Vegas who has just like
Goes on
buku
boats
money.
with hoes
Yeah.
and, you know, gambles.
Gambles,
he's like
yeah.
mega rich, like does some off the wall
Bulgarian.
shit.
Says some wild shit.
Oh yeah, super
Yeah.
controversial.
He's got
like,
the beard.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. And so we had him on, and then Steve finally, he's like, oh, and our new third co-host, Skinny Vinny. And I was just like,
Huh?
That's what we're doing. Okay. Like, and at this point I'm a little bit more comfortable, still nervous. Cause at that point of the podcast, our numbers were really well. Like our numbers have gone a little low lately. And so I was just stoked, you know, and I was just like grateful for the opportunity. And then it's just been an ongoing relationship since then, going on tour.
Dude,
And
it's so fucking
yeah,
The penis tattoo is real.
100%.
I told you.
100%.
Told you.
You know about that?
No.
Post Malone tattooed a penis
A dick
on
on his head.
Steve-O's.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Because his thought behind it was like, okay, I'm going to get a dick tattooed on my forehead because I want to see how long I could last with it until I get it removed. That fucking thing's been on his forehead for like 5 months now. And he's like, I have no plan on getting it removed. He loves it.
Yeah.
He's married, right?
Engaged.
He's engaged.
Yeah, engaged.
What
yeah.
does she think about it?
She loves it.
No,
Yeah. Lux is the
locked
best.
in.
Yeah. She's the
I feel like
best.
that's his vibe, you know? Like,
Yeah. So we're on tour, and I like this is my first time on a tour bus. This is my first time traveling with the boys.
Yeah.
And so
touring doing the pod or touring doing live?
both. So
shows.
whenever we're on the road, we do pods when we get the chance, but it's
Okay.
mostly Steve's show.
Like, but like what you did, but with all
with
of you
him,
guys.
just Steve,
Or just Steve,
just Steve.
okay.
Like
Okay.
when I'm on the road with Steve, I do a little bit of everything.
Okay,
I'll
helping
film, I'll sell merch, I'll do whatever, you know. And so I'm my first tour. I'm the merch guy, you know. I'm selling merch, and he's allowing me to sell my own merch, which is cool, and not take any percentage, which is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, dude, I'm just gonna go hard on this tour, you know. Like I'm just gonna try. My goal is a different chick in every city.
Yeah.
And so I was just going super hard, and my opening line was kind of aggressive. My opening Tinder line was kind of aggressive, but it fucking worked, which is insane.
What was it?
It was just like, let me sit on my face. I'll lead my way to your heart. And it's just like, it worked more times than it did. And it's just like, and so it was like really happening. And I'm just like, I don't understand what the fuck is going on, you know? And then like, this one time I got catfished heavy. And
You did it anyway.
of course I did it anyway. What do you think? I don't discriminate, you know?
Yeah.
And so we set it up. I get a hotel room, and she knocks on the door, and I peek through, and I'm like, oh shit. Like I'm too far into this, but whatever. Let's have fun. And then I was like, you ever eat a dude's butt before? And she's like, no, but I'd love to. And so I was like, okay. So, and so this is the start of my I like butt play, you know. Like, this is,
We knew. There was foreshadowing. There was a lot of foreshadowing.
for sure, yeah, absolutely. So this was the start of it, and like so we get the deed done, and then she goes, oh my god, I can't believe I just did that. And I'm like, what? Eat my butt? She goes, no, I can't believe I just had sex with you. My husband's a big fan of the podcast. And I was like, you guys listen to the podcast?
Yeah.
He's the only thing that went through my head. The only thing that went through my head was like, oh, thank you so much for listening. Here, bring some merch
Call
back
him
to your
right now.
husband. Yeah. Like, it was just like, it's like shit like that wouldn't happen anywhere else.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
Just crazy fucking stories. Like, that's why I was like,
he's leaving hate comments on every podcast episode
Yeah.
from now on.
Yeah. And then like after I was like, oh, you guys listen to the podcast? She's like, yeah, we're huge fans. And I was just like, and he's cool with this? And he goes, no, dude, he loves this. Like, he's a fan of yours. I was just like, sick. Like, thanks.
Wow.
Yeah.
What city was this in?
Minnesota.
Oh,
Yeah.
Minnesota. They're getting
Minnesota.
fucking out of Minnesota.
Yeah.
Holy shit, I love that for you.
It's the best.
Fucking tight,
Yeah.
dude.
And then eventually, you know, because I was just going so hard for so long. And because like when we tour, we do like 3 weeks on, 2 weeks off, 3 weeks on, 2 weeks off,
Yeah, that's
on and on and on.
Yeah.
We were doing it for a long time. And I was going hard for a good amount of time. And eventually I was just like, dude, I don't like, it's kind of gross. I don't feel fulfilled.
Yeah.
And then I learned about meditation from Steve, actually, because he's a huge meditator. And the way that he explained it to me made so much sense, because I was having trouble starting. And the way that he said it was, dog, the universe has blessed us in so many ways. The least we could do is pay the universe back with at least 10 minutes of our time a day. And when he said that, I was like, wow, that makes so much fucking sense. So it was a lot easier for me to start. And like, that's how my intentions are when I start meditating. Is like, okay, I'm paying you back.
Right.
Here, take it.
Yeah.
And it makes it a lot easier. And that was like, when I go through some shit, that's what I do, is I meditate and try to be of service as much as I can.
do you believe in God?
I do not believe in God, but I am a very spiritual person. Yeah, for sure. The whole God thing. I grew up Catholic.
Same.
I grew up Catholic. Trauma.
Yes. Big fucking trauma.
Yes, and catechism school.
We were going to hell.
Yeah,
CD.
Baptized. I was baptized in a tub of homemade wine. I was purple. I was a purple baby for 3 days. Traditional Italian family, you know, baptized me in wine, and so I grew up, went to church every Sunday, you know, and then as I got older and I started to like really hear what they're telling me, I'm like, wow, this doesn't really make any sense. You know, that's what I thought. And then I became agnostic at that point. And I was agnostic for a very long time until I started in my addiction, where I just became a straight atheist. And then when it came time for me to get sober, I had a hard time with the whole higher power thing.
Same.
And it was really what did it for me was all of these things that were happening to me. I couldn't explain why the fuck they were happening. Right. And like I have 15 overdoses. 3 of them I've died. Why? My best friend John, who passed away, one. The sweetest fucking kid I have ever met, wouldn't hurt a fly, died from one. Me, on the other hand, I was a piece of shit. I hurt a lot of people. I hurt people closest to me. I did a lot of damage. Why? You know, so it's like, and now on top of it, I'm not just living, I'm thriving. So it's like, again, like, why me? So there has to be. So that made it a little bit easier for me to like, okay, things happening for a reason. I don't believe in coincidences. You know, there's gotta be something. So it made it a little bit easier. And, yeah, dude, it's just like some things that have like, one of the overdoses that I had was in Burlington when he passed away. I was in a detox for 30 days in Brattleboro, Vermont. My 30th day out, they let me go. They give me my phone back, turn my phone on. My phone's blowing up. Yo, John overdosed yesterday. He's in critical condition up in Burlington. Get your ass up there. So I fly up to Burlington. I get to the receptionist. What room is John in? They look, they're like, oh, he's not in our system. And I'm like, no. So I was just told he's here. What room is he in? And I saw the look on her face and she was like, he just passed 10 minutes ago. So I went and bought some dope, went back to the parking lot, got loaded in my car, overdosed, rig still in my car. Some fucking random stranger walks by my car, happens to have Narcan on him. My door happens to be unlocked, opens the door, Narcans me, walks away without saying a word. Not one fucking word to me. I come back to life. I see him walking away. I'm like, yo. And he just turns around, looks at me, smiles, and just keeps walking. It's like shit like that where it's just like, I don't know. It's very strange. Bro, we're all walking miracles. You know what I mean? Like what we're doing now, we're fucking miracles.
Oh, absolutely.
It's crazy. So the higher power thing got a lot easier for me as a little time went on.
Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah.
I know you've got some crazy tattoos. What's your craziest one?
Okay. I have a dick butterfly on my leg. It's pretty.
Yeah.
It's my only colored tattoo.
Sick.
It's like pink and purple, and
love
and the penis is coming.
Nice.
I have a portrait of one of my best friends named Kyler. I have a portrait of him with a beard full of cum. You asked.
Now, were these just all of your own? You were like, hell yeah, this is what I want to get.
Oh yeah, for sure. My mom was actually the one who picked out my penis tattoo or my penis butterfly.
I love that.
Yeah.
Did Chris do anything?
Shout out, Mom.
Yeah, Chris did the one with Kyler and the beard full of cum.
I don't remember seeing him post that one on his
Yeah. And then I have on my butt cheek, I have two guys giving each other high fives with their hands and also high fives with their penises.
I knew it.
And it says bros
Yeah.
underneath. I have two. I have two guys scissoring under my kneecap. When do you see two guys scissoring? You know what I mean? You never see that. It's just a lot of this guy. Yeah. Yeah. I have a lot of dumb tattoos, but I love them.
Yeah.
Sick.
Yeah.
I know that portrait is so fire if Chris did it. as
So
well.
fire.
Bro.
It's so good.
Sick.
Wait, can we see it? Is
Yeah,
it somewhere
sure.
that we can see?
It's on my leg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see.
He said, I'll show you anywhere you want to see anyway.
You get to see the dick butterfly too.
Oh, yay.
So there's the beard full of cum.
Oh,
Here's Joe Exotic.
I
And it
love
says
that.
Joe
too.
Exotic for president.
Oh, sick.
Here's my dick butterfly.
Oh, it's cute.
Here's my two guys scissoring.
They're clothed, though.
Yeah.
I wasn't
Yeah,
picturing
They kinda look
clothes.
like-
I was
they
picturing,
kinda look- they look
butt
like-
naked.
Oompa Loompas, dude.
Yeah. And then I have a tribute to Ryan Dunn. His 5 + 4 = 9.
Oh, I love that.
Sick.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, and all these tattoos got when I was sober too, so that's saying
I got all my
Yeah.
tattoos when I got sober too.
Yeah. Everybody always
Except I
asks
don't
me
have a
that.
dick butterfly.
That's the only
or
time you
dude
can afford them
scissoring.
anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, dude, 90% of my work has all been for free, which
Yeah,
has
yeah.
been amazing. Obviously, I tipped the
Just
guys,
because
but
you're famous.
yeah, I wouldn't say
like, fuck
famous.
this-
What
but
did you do a pod with Chris?
for that one that we were trying to do? Yeah,
Yeah.
he did. I have Hank from Hell from Turbo Negro. He did that one on my calf. Yeah,
Sick.
yeah. So it's been a strange ride.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I
Yeah.
But I can't
Good
complain.
ride, man.
Yeah, it's been really good.
Dope.
It's the idea of the book has been in my head for a while.
Are
But
you writing? Like, is it almost? Where are you at?
It's very beginning stages. Very beginning stages because when I came up with the idea, I was like, oh, I'm not where I want to be in my career. Who the fuck's gonna buy it? Like,
I would buy. I would.
and so
absolutely.
so I put it on the shelf for a while, and then I pitched the idea to somebody, and they're like, bro, you can't think of it like that. Your story is so fucking insane already. Imagine all the people it could reach.
Right.
Like potentially could help people, rehabs, detoxes,
Yeah,
schools,
take
whatever.
yourself out of it.
Yeah, exactly. Take myself out of it.
yourself out of it.
And when he said that, it made a lot of sense. And I was like, all right, fuck it. So I'm a horrible writer. Really, really bad writer.
They
So,
have like the editors. and all
yeah.
those
So
things.
I'm in the process of looking for like a ghostwriter, and
Yeah.
I'm trying to have one of my buddies. He went to school for writing, and so we'll see. But it's very beginning stages.
Yeah. What else is on the horizon for Skinny Vinny in the future? Anything exciting?
I created this television show,
Ooh.
a sketch comedy show.
Ooh.
Can I send somebody a link to it?
Yes.
Yeah, it's like a 2-minute sizzle reel.
Yes.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
I think I've seen
Yes.
that maybe. Or did you post something similar? Like on your story or something? Could've sworn
On my
I've seen
story,
something.
no, because I'm trying to keep this one hush.
Yeah, you should be able to airdrop it.
Cool. Share. So it's a sketch comedy show called 8 = D.
Okay.
What's 8 = D? Think of it.
dick.
Penis.
and
It's a dick.
balls.
Yes. Okay. And it's my fuck you to the censorship because you can't censor a math equation.
Yeah.
And let's see. And it's a sketch comedy show sprinkled in with some stunts and pranks. So think my show cross is think of Impractical Jokers, Dave Chappelle, and Jackass all fucked, had a baby. That would be us. Yeah. No, the service isn't the greatest in here. Yeah. So what I just sent is a sizzle reel.
You getting that free?
You getting that free drink, baby?
Let's go.
You getting that free drink, baby? Yeah, so this is a sizzle reel of what I'm gonna try to, and I made this over than a year ago, and I had to put it on the shelf because I was on tour, and I felt like it deserved more of my energy, so I just put it on the shelf.
Hey, where's the TV remote? Oh, yeah. I got you. You got it?
Yeah, get that up.
What's up, everybody? I'm Skinny Vinny. Some of you might know me as the co-host of the Wild Ride podcast with Steve, or the countless viral videos I have all over the internet.
Fucking nipple rings.
Everybody has in common, it's not wanting to grow up. So that's why my friends and I made it our life mission to do just that.
Are you trying to turn me on? Bingo.
8 equals D is not your ordinary sketch comedy show. It's a front row seat to the minds of 6 best friends that are sick and twisted in their own little way. I don't give a fuck about anything. Execute the prisoner at sunrise. Set prisoner again! It gives you the best of all 3 worlds. Comedy sketches.
I was at Kmart looking for a new candle for my guest bathroom.
Over the top stunts. And public pranks that leave us totally embarrassed. You guys going out? Sometimes in a little trouble.
Cool. Wow, that's so cool.
Oh, and did I forget to mention, every episode I invite one of my celebrity friends to come join in on the fun.
You're dressed like Joe Dirt. Is that because you're meeting me?
Joe Dirty.
Dirty.
Marmite.
that?
Let's go.
Marmite.
Yeah, Marmite.
It's horrible.
Sick. And that much is sick.
Yeah.
Because this is 8 equals D.
God damn it, do you want the chair?
8 equals D, we'll be right back.
Okay, yes. I'm horny.
Before I knew it, I was his next victim.
Well. Look what the cat dragged.
Because it's always been about you.
Get somewhere safe, okay? Thank you.
This looked like a joke.
Sweetie, who the fuck is this guy?
Yeah. So the goal, obviously, is to sell it.
Yeah.
That's the goal. Obviously, I would love to have it on a fucking giant streaming platform,
Right.
Netflix, Hulu, whoever will fucking take it. At this point, I don't even care if it's like, I understand I still have to pay my dues. I've had a show before on Tubi. I've had a show before on Tubi.
Yeah. What was that?
It was called Your Pranks, Our Show.
Okay.
And it was me and Jackass.
Yeah.
We stayed in the offices of Fail Army for a month and filmed a TV show.
Oh.
So it was a cool premise and it was a lot of fun. It was like my first, like I've had other projects before that. This was my first thing where I was the main,
Right.
which was great. I understand you still got to pay your dues. And so like, if I could have another show on Tubi, sure. Like, and honestly, those kind of platforms sometimes have more money than fucking like with Netflix and a lot of these bigger streaming services, they only spend money on things that they know are going to make money because of everything like the pandemic, the strike that's happening. Like that's why we're getting superheroed fucking over and over and over again is because they know that makes money.
Right.
They're afraid to spend money on new things. So
There's no risky money.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So so that's the goal with that. I would love the idea has been floating around to workshop the prison pocket bit that I did at Dopey. I've been talking to some venues on the East Coast. So I was like, fuck, dude, I think like a mini tour of like New England would be sick. My home, where I'm from, you know. I think that the pitch might be easier. I'm a Connecticut native, you know, like okay, blah 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 blah. So I want to do that. We still have the podcast every Thursday, 8 a.m. We just dropped Cheech and Chong. We just had.
That's so cool.
This is the first time I'm going to say it. We just had Jay Muse on yesterday. We filmed with him, Jay and Silent Bob.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, Jason Muse. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
We did him, and then we also did Eddie Furlong. Eddie Furlong is an interesting character. Very, you know who Eddie Furlong is? Yeah, from Terminator, American History X.
Yeah.
The kid.
Yeah.
He's in the program too. He's got like 8 years sober. Yeah.
Oh, dope.
So talking to him was a lot of fun.
Oh, that's
So
cool.
and then I think we just got Zach Bryan, the country.
Wow.
Oh, that'll be the
So
one that just broke up
with Brianna. Yeah. So
Scandalous.
because Steve moved to Nashville. So now it's like, okay, we're in Nashville once a month. He comes here once a month. So we're always flying to the East Coast. So
Yeah. So you guys film in Nashville for that?
a lot of it. Like Steve was just here last week.
Okay.
So it's like when he's here for a couple days, we'll bust a few out.
Yeah.
And then
Where
You
is that
guys had
filmed?
Jelly
What are you
Roll
guys?
on there too, huh?
we had Jelly Roll.
yeah.
Jelly Roll.
How cool is
So
he?
sick. He's the best.
Dude, I want to.
And Bunny was amazing.
So
like
I fucking love the both of them so
yeah.
much.
So we film in a van.
Yeah.
Our shtick
That's
is
so cool.
our shtick is like, because when Steve first started the podcast, he hates when people ask him to be on their podcast.
Yeah.
Hates it.
So he's like, no, you come to me.
So yeah, and so he was like, oh fuck, I'm gonna be doing the same thing that I hate. So let me make it easier. I'll come to you. You know. So that was the whole shtick behind it.
Oh.
And which is cool. It's there's a reason why not everybody's doing it, because it's a lot of fucking work.
Right.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
And you know, recording in a van. That's
So does he drive the van from
I
Nashville?
drive the van.
You
Oh
drive the van.
no. From Nashville, so we have his tour bus in Nashville.
Oh,
the
okay.
big one.
Yeah.
And then we also just 2 days ago just got another sick like van.
Okay.
So so we call her Ruby. It's our red van. She's out here, and then now we have. Like when we're out east, we were using the tour bus, but every time we need to use a tour bus, we have to hire a driver, which costs $1,000 a day.
Yeah.
So now we're like, oh, let's just get another van, so we don't have to hire a driver.
Yeah.
So now we have both coasts on lock now.
Yeah.
That's super.
Yeah. So
fucking
like,
cool.
and then like when we're on tour, we'll be like, okay, what's our route? The route of the tour? We'll have the bookers see which celebrities are on our route,
Right.
and we'll just stop in each city and do a podcast,
That's so
which is
cool.
it's amazing and it's a lot of fun. But again, it's a lot.
It's a
Yeah,
lot.
it's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot, and then it's
Sounds
just
like a
like. I feel like gear fucks up more when we're in the van. You know, like it's dope when you have a studio like this where you just leave shit, leave cameras, leave mics. You don't have to fucking touch anything. You just hit record, done, grab cards, leave. You know, with this, you have to pack it, you have to unpack it, you have to, you know, it's hot as balls in there. It's, you know, we have a AC. You can't leave the van running with the AC because the mics will hear it. So we have a portable AC that with a tube going through the window that the AC sits outside to keep us cool.
So you don't hear it. Yeah.
So you don't hear it.
Wow.
But it's cool knowing that like we're the only ones.
Yeah.
That have that.
I mean,
that's
that's
stuck with
really,
it.
yeah, because I was always
Yeah.
wondering
Yeah.
how it works.
Yeah.
In that aspect, so that's really cool.
And it's cool. We get to go to like the person's house.
Yeah.
And like most of the
Pull up
time,
in a fucking van.
yeah, most of the time they're like, "Oh, guys, come in, hang out," you
Yeah.
know. And I'm like, "Dude, I'm fucking in Vanilla Ice's house right now." Like, you know, like, it's just weird, but I'm down with it. You know, like, it's been a lot of fun.
Who's your favorite celebrity you've ever met?
Ooh, Mike Tyson is up there.
Did you guys have him on the pod?
Yeah, it was before I was on though, but we're trying to get him again.
But you were filming.
No, so we went and did this thing at his studio in Santa Monica, where Steve went on his, and I was just around for it. So I just got to hang out, which was cool.
What was he like?
Dude, he's so rad. He's like the nicest dude ever. And like when I went to go shake his hand, you know, he's fucking, you know, and I was like, oh shit. Yeah. He was really cool. There's been so many.
Who's gonna win, him or Jake Paul?
I was just about to ask that.
Fuck, dude. I want Jake to win. just for the controversy that comes behind it, because it's entertainment. That's what we're watching for. It's
Either way, I think
entertainment.
it's just going to be such a monumental
But I
event.
feel like if Mike won, that would be more entertaining.
I think
People expect Jake
It depends
to win.
on how he wins.
I expect Tyson to win.
Really?
Yeah, I think so.
How old is he now? He's like
Late 50s, early 60s, something
he
like
just
that.
hit
But
so
he's
hard.
so. But have you seen his sparring tapes?
Yeah,
Like it's
yeah,
so
yeah.
gnarly.
Yeah.
But how old is Jake?
26. Maybe.
Yeah, just
yeah.
prime.
And he's big. Yeah.
That's
he's
a big boy,
He's a
dude.
big boy. I don't know, dude. It's just I think part of my brain it just won't allow me to think that Tyson's gonna lose just because it's Mike Tyson.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Legend.
Legend,
Fucking.
icon.
All
you
it
know,
takes is
Yeah.
one hit from
Yeah,
Mike Tyson.
yes.
You're
Yeah,
True.
fucking smoked.
But I think if
That
Jake
would be
wins,
so crazy, dude.
it would be insane.
It'd be sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think if
Jake just gets knocked the fuck out by a 60-year-old
time.
man, dude.
so
Immediately.
sick. And it's
Bro.
it's on Netflix. Like,
Yeah,
there's
which
no-
is so
it's-
cool.
Yeah, like you don't have to go buy pay per view and
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah.
bullshit.
That
It's
was
like if
such
you
a
have
smart
Netflix,
play,
you
dude.
can fucking watch it.
Yeah.
It's so sick.
Yeah. He's
Very
really
smart.
No, he's done shit
that's
right.
what you got to do. You got to give props where props are due.
Oh, I
With-
like
with the-
Jake
with
Paul.
the-
He's
dude,
fucking
me too.
genius,
I
bro.
hated him
Jeez,
for a
Lord.
while, just personality wise.
Yeah.
But I watched like this documentary on him, and I'm like, oh shit, I
Yeah.
kind
Him
of
and his
like
brother
this.
Warren
But I
and
think
all that shit.
a lot of people did because that's what he was like marketed as.
For sure,
You know,
yeah.
he like
Well, he knew that he was like did some like
right,
punk
exactly.
shit, you know,
Yeah.
But now I'm
and
like,
then
I
nobody
kind of
liked.
fuck with him. He's
Yeah.
kind of
He's like-
cool.
I met him. One of my best friends, his name's Chad Tepper. He was a part of Team 10 back in the heyday. And when I first was hanging with him, Tepper would invite me over to Jake's house. And this is 3 months sober. Like I'm like, dude, again, how did I get here?
Right.
And when I met him, he was very
Interesting.
he was kind of a dick. He was kind of a dick, but like I don't blame him. There's all these random people coming over the house, you
Yeah.
know, like I don't blame him. But everybody else was kind of cool to me. You know?
Right,
So it's
right.
like but Tepper he's always been like, dude, nah, he's just you got to understand that he sees all these people trying to take advantage of him. And
Right.
so it's like I get it.
Yeah.
You know. But yeah, I cannot wait for the fight. It's when is it? November
It's coming up.
25th or something?
It's gonna be good. I don't know. I just remember
Yeah.
I was pissed when it was canceled in June or July. I was so
Yeah.
upset.
Yeah.
I was so upset. But it's almost here.
I might still be out of the country.
Where you going?
Sucks for
Well,
you.
we're going to London.
Are you going back? Yeah.
Yeah, and I haven't taken like a real vacation in a long time. So
Yeah.
And you need it. He
Yeah.
needs it bad.
yeah. So I think I'm gonna try to take a
needs
couple
to
weeks, few
wind
weeks or
down.
something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm the same way. I haven't taken a legit vacation. Everywhere I go, it's for work.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
even with like Dopey, you know, it's
Yeah.
like I go, I do
Yeah, 'cause
that.
there's something.
It's
right,
still
yeah.
work.
Yeah.
And then like I go home. I saw my mom for a couple days, but like it's stressful being with my mom, so it's not like I'm not relaxing.
Yeah.
So I'm just like I need a fucking vacation, dude. Everywhere I go, it's just work.
Yeah.
Which I'm
Same.
grateful for.
Yeah, hey, listen, me too.
yeah.
Me too.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
also, it's been years.
Yes.
Years.
Yeah, yeah.
And we're going to London for work, but I'm like, I'm just going to stay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Stay.
I
in
try to
the
turn my
do a
phone
little-
off.
Yeah.
and-
When we went to London, Steve jumped off the London Bridge.
really?
Get the
It was
fuck out of
It
here.
was so epic.
Oh my god, that river's so foul. As
Yeah,
well.
I know. And
Disgusting.
he was like,
Really
he's like, Vinny, you want to jump with me? And I was like, fucking right, I do.
How tall is it? How high is it?
It's not that big.
It's not that
Oh,
big.
It's not that
okay.
big.
I'm
Yeah.
like, that
Yeah.
sounds like
Yeah.
suicide.
No. It's an old ass.
Yeah.
But that river,
It's just-
that river moves fast and it's gross.
Yeah, and it's gross as fuck. But it's just the story
Yeah.
of like, oh, I jumped the London
jumped it,
Bridge.
yeah.
You
Yeah.
know?
London
And
Bridge.
so he's like, Vinny, you want to jump with me? And I was like,
Yeah.
fucking right, I do. And like the goal was like Pippi Longstocking with the umbrella jumping off the bridge, you know. And we get to the bridge and I'm like, dude, I'm fucking ready. But he's like, oh, dude, we only have one umbrella. Sorry, man. He's like, let me just do it. Yeah. I was like, fuck. Because that jump got so much press.
Oh,
I
yeah.
bet.
So much press.
Are you like not supposed to jump off?
No. I just jumped off the Hollywood
Nobody ever
Reservoir.
goes in that river ever.
There? Is that high up?
The Hollywood Reservoir is 65 feet.
Holy shit.
I just did it like 2 weeks ago.
Ow.
It's illegal as fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Because Steve,
It's illegal as fuck.
yeah, Steve Gaynard off it
Okay.
like years ago. And I was like, fuck, I really want to jump it. But there's been people who jump it. So I was like, how can I be different? So I was like, oh, I'll light myself on fire while doing it. You know,
Where
then,
is that video on here?
no, Thrasher has it.
Oh,
I did it for
really?
Thrasher. Yeah. But I didn't do it on fire because I started thinking, I was like, that's the reservoir. That's
Right.
like, I don't want to it's probably all fucked up anyway, but I don't want to be the reason why there's like lighter fluid and gasoline in there. So I just jumped it. And it happened very randomly. I was there because I run there every day because I lived right down the street.
Yeah.
And my homie's like, yo, you still there? He's like, I was like, yeah. Dude, Thrasher's going to be there with our boy Tanner. Tanner's going to gainer it. They're going to film it and they want you to do it. And I was just like,
You're there.
okay, I'm staying here, you know? And I was like, and in my head, I'm like, fuck, I have so much traveling and work to do. Like, I don't want to get hurt. I don't want to get arrested. And then a very famous photographer, Burns, he shoots for Thrasher. He was there. And I was like, oh God, I gotta fucking do it. Gotta do it. And it wasn't the height that I was worried about. It's like 65 feet, which is
the trouble.
It's still gnarly, but it's the trouble. And then getting out is really bad. I'm a big dude. I can't jump fences. You know what I mean? Like, so like we literally had to get one of the park rangers to fucking open up the
really. Oh, he did it.
He's just like, guys, just get the fuck out of here.
Just leave.
Yeah, just leave. Yeah, don't come back. I was like, but I run here every day.
Yeah, I'm gonna be back tomorrow. I'm gonna wear something different.
But I was stoked on that. Yeah, that one I was stoked on. That fire one, that's one of my proud ones. This is what.
This is the backflip.
This is with the Phantom camera. So this shoots 7,000 frames per second.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
Isn't a fat man in 7,000 frames per second just glorious?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Look at that. Oh.
Ooh.
That's fucking epic.
Oh my God.
Engulfed.
A fireball.
I had second-degree burns all down my back.
Did you?
Yeah. That one.
It cleaned all your hair off.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And then some.
Yeah.
Hurt like a motherfucker or what?
In the moment it didn't hurt because my adrenaline. But the next few weeks I was pretty.
Yeah, that probably took a minute.
Was it healing and shit?
Oh yeah, I had blisters like this big all down.
Oh my God.
Let's see the comments on this one.
I smelt the hair on that one.
Yeah, that was one that I was proud of.
Everyone fucking loves it.
I did a human dartboard from this First Street Bridge downtown LA, you know, like over the railroad tracks. Mm-hmm. So I cut out on a piece of plywood a circle. I stuck my stomach through it, painted my stomach red for like the bullseye of a dartboard. I laid down underneath the bridge. The bridge is probably
drop the dart.
The bridge was probably 60 feet. Yeah, if you scroll down, you could see.
And you couldn't see.
Wait, where is it?
Because the board's covering your face.
Yeah, the board was covering my face. Yeah, so I couldn't see. Keep going. It's down a little bit.
Did they hit it first go?
No, it took a while. So you would hear it hit the board. Pink. Yeah.
Oh, that what's
yeah.
What's Bert Crusher? Yeah. Mm-hmm. How was that pod?
That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, he's
yeah. We go up, go down, slow. Keep going. This is another one that I was proud of. The underneath me and Bam. No, underneath. Yep.
Oh yeah, you got smacked by Bam.
This is a slip inside. The slip inside loop. We built that at the Sausage Castle. I was scared of this one because I was afraid that I would get to the top and just fall down on my neck. Oh, and again, I've never had health insurance through all this.
Yeah.
So, You're like, how's the physics on this?
Yeah.
Have you guys calculated my weight?
Yeah.
So we're just gonna lube you up with some water and
I had to catch a flight 2 hours after this.
Oh my God.
Oh.
So I was stoked on that. You can X out of that. I really want to show you the dartboard one. Keep going down. Keep going.
Snooki?
Yep, Snooki was the best. She was so good. Keep going.
Benny?
Who?
Benny Blanco?
Oh, Benny Blanco, yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah, dude, see, we've had so many people that I just like...
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, right there.
I'm Skinny Vinny, and this is the world record for the highest human dartboard.
You've lost a lot of weight since then.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
Divorce and Ozempic will do that to you.
Just so you guys get a little perspective on how high this fucking bridge is, drop the watermelon! Get the fuck out of the way.
It's so funny, bro.
3, 2, 1. Bye, watermelon.
And do you guys tell the city you're doing this?
No.
You just show up and just start fucking going.
Yeah. I've had this idea for...
Hope the cops don't show up as you're going?
No, we got lucky. I had this idea for a long time, but I just didn't know if it was possible.
Yeah.
You know, and when I know something is a good idea is when it stays in my head, where I can't get it out of my head. So I'm just like, okay, I have to do this because it will drive me nuts.
Poopies.
That was a nice looking dartboard. You guys did that shit well.
Yeah.
Hopefully it doesn't hit your belly button.
One went right in my belly button.
Shut the fuck
Yeah.
up.
Fucking bullseye. Dead center.
So good. It's a really dumb idea. Yeah. You don't even know what it's gonna hit.
No.
Yeah.
No, that was the scariest part.
Yeah, yeah.
Is this what male peak performance looks like?
Yes.
You're in the club, brother.
Like he has no idea when it's even dropping. I'd be terrified.
Oh,
Damn. God damn it, dude. Who gets you?
He ends up getting me.
Oh! Oh my God, dude. Oh! God, dude. Thank God so many missed.
Could you imagine if all of them?
I know.
You're fucking throwing it down. Ah! Oh, God damn, dude. This fucking long ass fucking bro.
Zach was the bullseye?
No, Curtis, the one in the blue shirt.
Oh my God, bro. What? Oh, they're getting better.
Yeah.
Fuck. Not
So
horrible.
the thing about the human dartboard is I do it a lot on stage because the risk reward, right? It doesn't hurt that bad.
Got it.
Like,
Compared to other things.
Compared to other things.
Yeah.
But the reactions you get from
Are
people
amazing.
are better than anything.
Yeah, no, it's got me for sure.
When people see a dart going into somebody's stomach, they fucking freak out. Yeah. But to me, it doesn't hurt. So I'm like, okay, the reactions I'm getting are amazing because it's very low pain.
Right.
Yeah.
So I've always had the idea of like, okay, how high can I get it with it? Like, I'm sure it's going to hurt a little bit, but in the moment, my adrenaline's pumping so fucking
Yeah, you
hard
really
that I
don't
don't
feel
feel
it.
it.
Yeah.
You know, and then to me, it's all about the clip.
Yeah.
I need the clip. So as long as it's going to be a good clip, then I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Like, I'm an attention
Yeah.
whore through and
Like,
through.
send it,
You
yeah.
know, like doing this right now, like showing you guys these videos, I'm just like, yeah.
You're loving it. No, I feel it, dude.
Yeah.
Look at that fucking one of your belly button full. God damn.
Slow. Just
Yeah.
pull that thing out.
Ouch. Oh. Oh.
The funny part about it, all of this is like being sober
Yeah.
and doing it.
Yeah.
It's like, because everybody's just like, you're sober?
Yeah.
Like, how?
Yeah.
Like, are you fucking stupid?
Yeah.
Just like, no, dude. I just,
Yeah.
It's just fun.
it's just fun.
It's like, love
Yeah.
it.
You know what I mean?
It's so
like,
good, man.
It's
This is your dream.
It's my dream.
I mean, this
Yeah.
is the dream.
It's the dream. And the other thing about it is like, the beautiful part about it is coming up with an idea that is just so outrageous.
Mm-hmm.
So like something that like needs some planning and needs where you need to build props and have a team and stuff like that, and putting it together and coming out unscathed on the other side and like,
and then it blows up.
and then it does well,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know, and just the creative part behind it, it's just like there's nothing better. Like, and then like the slip and slide loop. We're like,
Yeah.
okay, we have this idea. We
gotta build
we
a
have to
fucking
build
loop.
this loop that we think it's gonna hold us
Yeah.
and actually work, get enough speed to go down. Like we had like people that are good at math, like figure
Yeah.
out like,
Yeah.
okay, how
Like an
like
engineer.
what what
Yeah.
angle you need to fucking go down to make it around.
Right.
And so like when you come up with these ideas and you actually do it,
Yeah.
it's like pretty sick. We've been going for an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sick.
Yeah, that's dope.
That's
Super
dope.
fun.
Cool.
Hunter
Yeah.
has to ask his
Yeah.
all-time question.
Are you happy?
Yes. I'm very happy. Happiness came into my life again. It was about a year sober. And I remember like it was yesterday because I hated myself for so long. I couldn't look in the mirror. I didn't like the person I was. I remember like it was yesterday. I was able to look in the mirror and be like, dude, you're kind of sick.
You're actually kind of
you're pretty rad, you know,
Yeah.
and there's a lot of different moving parts with that, you know, but well, like what is happiness? You know, it's like, what are the things that make you happy? And to me, it's like people I care about are taken care of.
Right.
Serenity is a huge fucking thing. Security is a good fucking thing, you know, and ultimately it's like, for me, the number one thing is like laughter. You know, if I could just like live every day and laughing, it's like, and that's what I do.
Yeah.
You know, it's like every day I'm laughing nonstop. So it's so fucking important to me. And it's just having the people in my life and being able to like give back in a way that I can. That's like that's all it is. And like, it makes me the most happy fucking dude. I'm like 13 living my fucking, like the 13-year-old me, like that 17-year-old me wearing a CKY shirt. That's Bam's shirt.
Yeah.
You know, it's like that kid would be dumbfounded of what I'm doing right now.
Yeah.
Scroll down to that video of you and Bam whenever you were younger.
It's so crazy, bro. Yeah, it's always down.
Oh, what, you met him before?
So my mom was very supportive
Yeah.
back in the day, and right there.
Right there.
So I think I was 15 here. And that's today.
Oh, I love that.
Well, a couple years ago, but
Yeah.
it's crazy how it just goes
Living the
full
dream,
circle.
Yeah.
You know, it's like
Wild.
all because I literally let go of my wheel, let some other people steer it for a little bit, finally understand that I don't know shit.
Right.
Because that was my biggest problem. Just like,
Trying to figure
Thought you knew
no, I
best,
thought I
yeah.
knew best.
Yeah.
Us alcoholics and addicts, dude, we think we know what's best.
For sure.
Did he remember slapping you?
No,
No,
and
yeah,
I would
he
have
was
never,
lit.
I would have never even brought it up.
Yeah.
That dude meets fucking millions of people, dude. He at one point he was the most famous, like Forbes.
What do you
named
think
him.
of the video though?
Dude, he thought it was sick. Yeah, like
That's fire.
yeah, and it's just weird how things just go full circle.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's pretty
and
dope.
things happen for a reason. That's it.
Yeah. Incredible
That
story,
video,
man.
that
Yeah,
video,
thank you.
Or that picture is gnarly right there.
Oh yeah, me all fucked up.
God.
Yeah.
Let's go.
You gotta zoom in. I feel like that needs to be that deserves its own.
I don't even remember that.
Jesus
I don't even know how
fuck,
I have
dude.
that picture.
Yeah.
Like,
where did it come from?
yeah,
You were definitely on heroin. You were on heroin because your pupils were non-existent.
non-existent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's really crazy to look back at. I'm glad I have some of those pictures. And I wish I had video of me like all fucked up and like using, and because the entertainer in me is like, man, it would make for a great documentary.
For sure.
You know what I mean? And but that's not the case. So I can't go back and redo it.
Yeah.
I mean, you could.
I mean, I could, you know. It's for work.
How bad?
It's for work.
How much do you love the process? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Are you really invested?
Yeah.
Back in the day, RJ and I used to make these like, oh my god, such
Try to
cringy TikTok
recreate.
videos.
Yeah.
And he would have we'd write on a cardboard sign, "Wife and kids at home, please help."
Yeah.
And I would record him standing on the sidewalk. I was homeless right here with with a cardboard sign just like this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because I don't have any photo. I have like nothing. We got one photo, but I was 2 weeks sober. But my abscess
And the
was
one
still
where your
fucking
hair
healing.
is
And I'm
Yeah.
bandaged. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like I didn't have any real, you know what I mean? Fucking track marks on my neck, 120 pounds. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I
Most
wish I had some of
shit.
those.
Most people aren't taking. You only have that because of your parents. Like
Oh,
I feel
yeah,
like I was
100%.
only taking pictures with Snapchat filters as fuck. That was the only.
I was
way
too
taking
paranoid,
pictures
and
of
and
myself.
at the end, I was so high, like I couldn't even use a phone.
Yeah.
Dude,
yeah.
I see your shit everywhere.
Yeah.
Dude, it makes the rounds, bro. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
it sure
That
does.
fucking- yeah.
Internationally.
Yeah, dude. It's crazy. It's like I said earlier, it's like all of us going through what we've been through, and to like be here,
Right.
sitting at a table, doing a podcast. It's a fucking miracle.
It is.
And it's
Fucking
sick.
It is.
It's really
It's
sick.
crazy. It's kinda
Extra credit.
crazy.
Yeah. It's
Cool.
just the sprinkles on top.
Hell yeah. Thanks for coming out, man.
Dude, thanks for
so
having me.
much.
Yeah.
This was a lot of fun.
Yeah, this is
See,
cool.
this is what I mean when I was saying, like, when you look at the clock and automatically an hour and a
We've
half
just
is
been
by.
vibing out
It's
here.
just,
Yeah.
that means it's good.
Hell yeah.
Cool. Well, thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Thank
Hell
you.
yeah.
Hell yeah.